It's a household name.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Paintin. I'm your host, Tad Thunderfoot, and today we'll be taking a look back at a project we did last summer. Painting an accent wall. Sounds simple, right? Well, our homeowner Brian and his life partner Roger had a bit of a problem. They only had 1 quart of a very special paint they had mixed themselves. It was 2 parts interior latex enamel and 1 part puppy ashes. The ashes of their beloved dog Jake, who they had to have put down because of the $50 pet deposit at the new condo. I know, sounds crazy to me too. I mean, $50 pet deposit? Wow. Anyway, I was able to stretch the paint and get the job done, and I'll get to that in just a minute. But first, I'd like to introduce today's guest commentator. He's a respected lecturer and cosmologist, and he's rumored to have the largest what on the planet?
Cheeseburger.
Anybody?
Nose. Balls.
Anyone?
Nuts.
No?
Tapeworm.
No.
Radiator.
No, that's close. If you said IQ, you were right. And he's here in the studio with us today. Dr. Stephen J. Hawking. Hey, Dr. H, how's it hanging?
I'm not sure.
Well, it's great to have you here. You know, I understand that you did some painting yourself before, you got all gimpy and stuff.
That's right, Tad. Mostly exterior work, but I tried to avoid the high ladder stuff, especially after a hard night of drinking.
Yeah, I can dig it. The case of the squirts when you're way up on a 40 is no fun.
Speaking of heights, I recently took a flight on a special plane and was able to experience zero gravity. I think we have a picture.
That's really cool, Doc. You look kind of like a burrito or a hot dog, like floating around, but there's no water.
I got so excited I peed myself, I think.
You know, I've always wondered how they do that.
Weightlessness is achieved by flying through a parabolic flight maneuver. The plane is initially pulled up to approximately 45 degrees nose high. Next, the plane is pushed over the top to reach the zero-gravity segment of the parabolas. For the next 30 seconds, everything in the plane is weightless.
Great story, Stevie. Now let's see some painting. As you can see, I'm starting with a pre-primed wall, and I chose to use a brush rather than a roller because I really had to stretch this paint. Brushes tend to stretch it further than a roller would.
Tad,
What's that?
do you think we could speed this up a little?
Yeah, I guess so. Guys, can we speed up the videotape, please? Okay, here I'm starting in the center of the room. That way if I got low on paint, I could kind of cheat it out toward the edges. I didn't cut in first.
I hate to be an asshole, but I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Okay, guys, crank it up.
I have to dedicate new Chuck E. Cheese in 45 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. What I was saying was I didn't cut in. I usually cut in first, do all the cut in around the walls, the outlets, light fixtures, etc. And then, of course, we got these blocks in the middle, and I think I explained it when I was doing the tape. Thought you might be wondering why I'm leaving these spaces like this. There's one more over here that I'm going to leave. I've only got a quart of paint, which usually covers about 100 square feet. That's a 10 by 10 square. I've got a quart. This is obviously bigger than a 10 by 10. This area is probably 8 by 15, 16. I don't know if a quart would cover it unless I left this. It's going to be behind some pictures unless I left it white. But we'll see. If I have enough paint, I'll cover these in. But for now, that's the way it is. Okay, so that's a good hint if you find yourself with not enough paint. And you do know that you're going to put something on the wall. You can save yourself a little bit by just leaving those spaces blank. I went a little overboard as far as cutting in the spaces instead of just leaving rough edges, but that's the way I prefer to do it.
This brush is a mess. Look at it. It's full of paint. Got all these little tentacles sticking off here.
Tad,
I'm gonna make that tiny bit
I
of
hate to interrupt you, but watching you paint is really fucking boring. I see the short bus has pulled up outside, so I'll just take my check and blow. Good luck, you idiot.
Okay, that should about do it. Time to clean up my brushes, get the furniture back in place. We'll see what this place looks like.